That is elite control, and it usually leads to a whole lot of success when you can avoid beating yourself with walks. Obviously, you need to limit hits as well, but he's showing some high-level skills on the mound. Ready to go. Coming up to the dish now for St. Paul, Austin Martin. And that one hammered. It's pretty deep. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double. Stepping to the plate next for St. Paul, Anthony Prado. Runner at second with nobody out. Defense will need to make some plays to avoid allowing that run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He swings and fouls one off. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's down and away. Great job to lay off that one on 0-2. Those big looping curves are very tempting. Fights it off, we'll see another. And a swing and a miss. Not what the offense was looking for after a leadoff double. The strikeout and one away now. And now the DH, Ty France. Lifted in the air to right center. Palacios.
I got it. 3-3-3.
2 down. So here's the cleanup hitter, Mike Ford. Sat out last night's game, but back in there today.
Nope.
That one misses. 1-0. Foul ball there. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Popped up. Glenn.
You got it.
And that is out number 3. So 1 hit is all they get. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. No score. The Saints at the plate here in the second inning.
The shortstop, Brooks Lee.
Aye! 0-1's the count.
1-1.
Hard ground ball, base hit. And the leadoff hitter aboard. So up next, Walker Jenkins.
Aye!
Breaking ball in there for a strike. Whether or not he agreed with the calls on those first 2 pitches, he has to focus now with an 0-2 count. Gotta protect the zone, even if it's a little larger than usual. One-two pitch. Punches that one away with 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 offering. On the ground, 2 ball. Off balance speed, there's 1. And that's all they'll get. Next to hit for the Saints, Deshaun Kiersey Jr. Didn't play in the day game yesterday. Should be fresh for this one. With his speed, it'll be really tough for the defense to turn too. And at this level, they may even rush the play and make an error. That's what makes him a weapon in spots like this.
Ball 1.
High fly ball to right field. It's pretty far back. Pulls it down, 2 gone now. I'm sure he was looking to pull that one and put a really good swing on it, but that one was a little too far outside for that approach. Digging in for the Saints, Armando Alvarez. Didn't play in last night's game, had a little breather. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here in the top of the second. Strike 2. Not sure he was ready to hit. Took the first 2 pitches for strikes. Time for him to battle now. up and in,
Ball.
and that's ball one. Comes up empty, chasing that one in the dirt. Down to first with it. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. One hit, one left. We go to the bottom. We move on to the third inning. Coming up to the dish now for St. Paul, Diego Cartaya. That one fouled off. There's a strike. Fly ball down the line. That will drop foul. Set down on strikes. They get the leadoff batter here in the third. A lot of hitters will look out over the plate to the outer half with 2 strikes, and they're less able to react on a good fastball in. That might explain the batter taking strike 3 called here. Martin, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Seems like that was just a good bit of framing right there. Stole a strike. There's a strike. That's a hittable pitch, but not what he was looking for. Early in the count, it's okay to take that. Battling here, fouls it away. This one to right. That's pretty deep. Hauls it in for the out. That was a really nice over-the-shoulder grab, flashing some serious defensive ability on that play. Stepping to the plate next for St. Paul, Anthony Prado. 3 hits last night.
I got it.
Well, I'll come back to that thought. That's out number 3. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Big Kale Soda, with more protein and fiber than any other soda on the market. Welcome back to Indianapolis. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Base hit. Runner on base to start the inning. It's been a tough run at the plate for him lately. He needed that base hit. Tried to fire that one by him on the inside, but he was geared up. Kept the hands in,
Outside,
rotated the hips, and flashed the bat through the zone for loud contact.
That's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
The 2-0 in for a strike. And that drops in for a strike. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's a blooper to left. Fair ball. Lead runner holds up there at first and second with nobody out. Back-to-back singles, passing the baton. That one just kind of faded over the infield and down onto the outfield grass. Base hits like that are a gift from above for the hitter. Now they've got a good shot at scoring the first run of the game with the runner in scoring position. This pitch misses.
Outside.
Ball 1. And the righty delivers. Gets a piece, stays alive. Fouls it off, still 1-2. What an at-bat he's putting together. He's doing a great job of frustrating the pitcher, and that makes a mistake pitch more likely. Just misses.
Outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Impeccable discipline to lay off of that one. Wow. Pops this one up. Umpire signaling for the infield fly.
Batter's out.
Now it's the right fielder, Walker Jenkins. 0 for 1, hit into a fielder's choice the first time. That one finds the zone. Love how he's attacking the zone, throwing a ton of strikes. These hitters need to be ready to swing at the first good strike they see.
Ball that's outside. Hey, 2.
France on second, 4 at first, 1 out. That one is foul. We'll see another. One-two offering.
1-1-1.
Bounce to the right. And that's a foul ball. Got it. 2 out. Here's the center fielder, Deshaun Kiersey Jr.
Deshaun Kiersey Jr.
Close, but ruled a ball. Swing, and he pops it up. Cook.
Got it. Take it.
And that'll do it. 2 left on. Midway through the 4th. We're all tied, 0-0. We're ready for the 5th inning. Digging in for the Saints, Armando Alvarez.
Nope, that's down.
One and one. Here's the pitch. Late swing, fouled it off. And the 1-2. To the right side. Cook. And safe at first. Great hustle to win the foot race there. That's some stellar speed he showed off right there to beat the flip to the bag. If he doesn't hustle right out of the batter's box, he's got no chance. The coaching staff loves that kind of play. Go ahead, run it first. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 5th inning. That one close, ruled a ball.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Just missed. They haven't been able to put up much offense in this one, but on a 3-1 count, that might change. We'll see how it goes. Swing, high fly down the right field line.
Relay, hit me. Relay.
And there's one away. Now the left fielder, Austin Martin. 1 for 2.
Hey!
Runner at first, 1 away. On the ground to the left. And that's a fair ball.
Hit me at 3. Hit me at 3.
Lead runner stops at second. And he's got a multi-hit game now, which has to feel especially good after his recent lack of results. Great bat control there. Slapped it down the third base line and kept it fair. That's clean hitting. Prado in the box now takes strike 1. Swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
Here's a fly to left.
Me, I got it. Hey, 3.
And there's 2 down. Came away empty from an AB where he had a chance to do damage. Tough break. Ty France getting ready to hit.
That's a ball.
Some excellent pitching in this one. He's commanding everything very well. That one was in a location that wasn't going to come back to bite him. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Here comes the 1-1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Got the strikeout looking. And that ends the inning. Wears the emotion on the sleeve, but as a pitcher, that's okay as long as you're getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of the jam. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Ryder Ryan. He can really bring the heat. Mambo made it through 5 innings without allowing any earned runs. I liked a lot of what we saw from him in this one. He put them in a position to win, even if they didn't do enough to support him. Marco Mambo is getting ready. He not only brings immense talent, but also a contagious enthusiasm for the game. He'll look to put those skills on display today. It's the Indianapolis Indians and the Columbus Clippers. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Welcome back. And on the hill today, Marco Mambo. Opposing batters have struggled against him this year, batting under 200. Think about this. From the start of the wild card era in 1995 through 2023, 50 Major League starting pitchers held opposing hitters to a batting average under 200. Only 5 of those seasons came with an ERA over 3. So it goes to show how effective it makes him to keep that batting average against down. Petey Halpin. Leading things off and takes a strike. The 0-1 offering. This one high in the air, out to left center. York. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 74.
Next to hit, Juan Brito. Brito stands at 6 foot even, hitting second in the lineup, usually a shortstop, but today he's starting at second base.
1-1.
That one in there. Now 1-2. 1 out and the base is empty. That's off the mark. 2-2. What a take with 2 strikes. Two now. Grounds this one to the right side. And it's off the bag. So they get a runner on with a 1-out single. That's a base hit he can be really proud of. Turned on that pitch, but still stayed back enough that he didn't yank it foul. So up next, David Fry. 3 hits last night, a big factor in getting that win. Gets the call. Strike 1. And that one sliced foul. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Gets a piece, stays alive. Runner at first, 1 away. Swings and misses, struck him out. Next up, the designated hitter, Chase DeLauder. That one's too high.
Ball too high.
Foul ball there. Good pitching there, putting it a bit up and in on his hand so he can't extend for more power. Outside.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Lines this one to center.
I got it.
And that'll do it. They strand one, scoreless after 1. On to the bottom of the second. Now it's the right fielder, George Valera.
Ball, no. 1-0.
One and 0, and the pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
2-2.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Leadoff batter retired here in the second.
Batting 6.
And now, Tyrese Turner.
Yep. No balls, 1 strike.
Wallops this one out towards right center. And that one hops the wall. Around first, hustling for 2. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now. That's a swing to be proud of for sure. Great rip on that one to the pole side. Didn't get too far ahead of it, just kept a nice bat path through it for a line drive base knock into the outfield. Will Wilson, the next to hit, takes outside. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-1 offering. On the ground to third. Jarvis. Now 2 out. So digging in, Cody Huff. And you'd have to think that a breakthrough might be coming here. Hard ground ball, base hit. Coming to the plate. Here comes the throw. Comes across to score. And they trail by only 1. 2 outs and a runner at first. And here's the first baseman, Jake Anchia. Fouled off down the right side. And the 0-1 now. There's a strike. Pitcher can't dwell on what's already happened. Got to focus on this next pitch and try to stem the bleeding. Next one is off the plate. Ball 1. That's a clear overthrow by the pitcher. He's not trying to be that far outside the zone on 0-2. Fly ball left field. And that will retire the side. They pick up a run. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Petey Halpin. There's a sinker at the knees for a strike. Seems like that was just a good bit of framing right there. Stole a strike. Fouled off to the right. That fastball was very hittable, but the swing just a touch too early. Pitcher needs to adjust. Now here's the 0-2. Just misses with that one. That was really close around the knees, but he's handling it well on the mound. Just has to adjust his sights. that one to first. Cook takes it to first for the out. So up next, Juan Brito. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Now a flare off the bat. That one down for a hit. And that's a 1-out single. Here's the third baseman, David Fry. First at bat was a strikeout. This one is in there. That's strike one. Strike on the inside corner. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase up the ladder for the strikeout. Efficient work on the mound there. Now a chance for Chase DeLauder. 0 for 1.
0-1.
Fouls one off, out of play, back to our left. Home team down by 1. Here in the back end of the third inning. It's a pop-up. Chang. And the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left. End of 3. Indianapolis with the lead, 2-1. Welcome back. The Clippers at the dish in the bottom of the 4th. You know, the Clippers have won more International League championships than any other franchise since they got their start in 1977. In 2015, they won with future superstars Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor on the roster. Liner, base hit. And the leadoff hitter aboard. That one was way in on the hands. He did a great job to pull them in and get enough barrel on the ball to push it back through the middle for a hit. Now, Tyrese Turner cracked a double the first time at bat. Strike one.
Ball. No, that's in.
Nice job to lay off the fastball inside. He made the right call. Puts this one in the air down the line. That's back.
2-2-2.
Out number 1 on the grab. Just missed that one a bit. A half-inch closer to the sweet spot, and it might have gotten down for a hit. So digging in, Will Wilson. Wilson stands at 6 foot. Even 185 pounds, a former first rounder back in 2019.
Ball. 2-0's the count. 3-run.
That one fouled off. 2-2 now. That one is foul. We'll see another. Runner at first, one away. Set down looking. That is a frustrating call for a hitter. Coming up next to the dish for Columbus, Cody Huff. Singled and drove in a run the first time through. In there at the knees. Strike one. Now a fly ball to right center. This one pretty far back. That is the inning. Today's action comes to you courtesy of A.C. Hines Architecture, the only firm in the area certified to build Escher stairs. Call them today. Bottom of the fifth here in Columbus, Ohio. One up, one down. Almost got the inning started with a bang on that fastball. I'm sure he wishes he could have put that over the wall. Back to the top of the order here. And now the center fielder, Petey Halpin.
Ball.
One out and the base is empty.
Strikes. Strike.
Bash down the right side, but foul. Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. Just off the outside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one
Full
missed.
count.
Fly ball out to left field. York. 2 down. So 2 down now, and here at the plate, Juan Brito. That's in there, and that's strike one. The
No
Indians
balls,
up by
strike.
2. Bottom half of the fifth. Fly ball to left, down the line. Carrying near the fence. That will drop foul. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Struck out looking. And a nice frame on the mound. He sets him down 1-2-3. So no runs on no hits, no errors, no one left. 5 innings down. The Indians out in front, 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Now stepping to the plate for Columbus, David Fry. Fights it off, we'll see another. And here's the 0-2. On the ground to the left. Throws to first.
That's an out.
1 out as they get the leadoff hitter here in the 6th. And now at the plate, Chase DeLauder. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Delay. Moving under this one. And now 2 down. Those high fastballs in the zone look so tempting, but it's hard for hitters to get on plane with them. George Valera now at the plate. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
Pitch is in the dirt.
1-1.
Fastball for a strike. 1-2. The Indians leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, that got the batter pretty flush. Well, it was a 2-strike count, but a hit by pitch puts the runner aboard. Digging in, the switch-hitting outfielder, Tyrese Turner.
Ahoy!
3-3-3.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle, base hit. The tying run is aboard. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Marco.
Now pitching for Indianapolis.
So they turn to the lefty in this spot, Johan Ramirez. The strikeout numbers are good, more than one an inning this season. Mambo made it into the sixth and had just the one earned run. Not the most dominant effort on the mound, but he strung together some good innings, which helped them get the win. That's good enough for sure. Marco Mambo, a promising prospect just about ready to go. He brings a combination of talent, dedication, and heart. Ready to go now. Here's the left fielder, Nick Morabito.
Number 22, Nick Morabito.
Check swing, and now the look to first. No swing.
First pitch, 708.
He reached back and blew the high heat by him. Batter didn't have much of a chance to catch up to that. Line to left, and it stays fair. Makes the turn, heads for second base. Into second now with nobody out. Good rip down the line there. As soon as it fell in fair territory, it was pretty much guaranteed extra bases. Coming up to the dish for Syracuse, Donovan Walton. Runner at second with nobody out. Defense will need to make some plays to avoid allowing that run. 1-0 pitch. Grounds this one to the right side. And foul ball. In the air, out towards right center.
I got it. 3-3-3.
Racing over to make the catch.
That is third.
Stepping to the plate for Syracuse, Nick Madrigal. This one high in the air, out to left center. Gorski on the move to the right. Makes the grab, and there's two away. Ronnie Mauricio will hit next. 3 hits last night, a big factor in getting that win. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Nope.
This
outside.
patient approach he's showing is part of why he's been so hot lately. He's forcing pitchers to come to areas where he can do damage.
1-1-1.
Ripped on the ground to second. And that's the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors. Smell like you've just played extra innings? Time to clean off with Sudsy Susie's Body Wash. Now with the scent and flavor of cilantro.
Aye.
Top half of the second from Indianapolis. Now here's the 0-2. Fights that one off, will reset and do it again. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. I'm sure he wants that pitch back. Swing and a miss. And quickly one away in the second inning. And now, Luke Ritter. And that drops in for a strike. This one in the air to right.
Mine.
2 up, 2 down. So up next, Kevin Parada. In there, and it's 0-1. No score here in the second inning. That one ripped out to left.
I got it.
Makes the catch, inning over. Midway through the second. Top half, third inning, and now the first baseman, Luis de los Santos. Bash down the right side, but foul. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. Swing and a rocket. It's carrying. Flashes the leather on the running catch. Had to cover a lot of ground there, and that's why you take those extra reps during batting practice, getting reads on the ball as it comes off the bat. Even a quarter second's hesitation can cost you in the game. Top of the third, no score. Up the middle. It's through for a hit. 1-out hit turns the lineup over. And he keeps swinging a hot bat. Some really good games lately. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get a hit. And we'll see if his speed becomes a factor now that he's on first. Clips the corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Whether or not he agreed with the calls on those first 2 pitches, he has to focus now with an 0-2 count. Gotta protect the zone, even if it's a little larger than usual. Close, but ruled a ball.
2-2 the count.
Some visible frustration on the mound after he didn't get the call at the top of the zone. Don't want to show the umpire up, though. And the right-hander deals.
2-2-2.
Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Takes it to the bag,
He's
that's
out.
1. Not in time at first, it's a fielder's choice. Well, he took it to second himself, but the throw on to first wasn't in time. Not sure if they get him if he had flipped it instead of going it alone. Laser to third, but handled well. That ends the inning. So 1 hit is all they get. Top of the 4th inning, the Mets at the dish. Nick Madrigal digs in now. Swing and a ball popped up. Settles under it.
I got it.
And there's 1 down. Nice high fastball to get the pop out. Hitter looked like he was right on it, but that late velocity and hop got him swinging underneath it. Easy out for this defense. Swing, soft line drive. To first. 2 quick outs in the top of the 4th. Rafael Ortega now at the plate. Struck out swinging the first time.
Ortega.
Ortega goes 5'11", 200 pounds, and he's a native of Venezuela. This one is in there. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 strikes on him, and he's already struck out in this one. You'd like to see the pitcher attack and finish him off. And that's off the inside edge. 1-2 the count. And he goes down on strikes. And it's 3 up and 3 down in this inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, no one left. All set for the start of this inning. And now, Luke Ritter.
Nope, that's a ball. Yeah!
In for a strike. And the count 1-2. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. And the 1-2. Gets under it, pops it up. Cook.
You take it.
1 away. And here's the catcher, Kevin Parada. 0 for 1 so far.
Ball.
1 out and the base is empty. And caught it behind the back. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luis de los Santos.
And here's the first baseman, Luis de los Santos. Line drive. Fair ball. So a man on at the plate, Omar de los Santos. High fly ball to right field, Bowen. And that is out number 3. Top of the 6th, now the left fielder, Nick Morabito.
Number 22, Nick Morabito.
Aye! 0-1's the count.
Oh, 0-2, here's the pitch. Now this is lifted to center. Gorski on the move. Pulls up, and it drops in for a knock. And the leadoff hitter aboard. That one was way in on the hands. He did a great job to pull them in and get enough barrel on the ball to push it back through the middle for a hit. Walton swings through it for strike 1. Right through there for a strike. Wouldn't be surprised to see the runner break from first, trying to stay out of the double play. Soft contact in the air, and that's just foul. Struck out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Nick Madrigal, the next to hit.
Third baseman, Nick Madrigal.
Close, but called a ball.
Ball 1,
I
no
was
strike.
certain that was a strike. Not my call, though. The Mets, with the go-ahead run at first. Now a flare off the bat, and that'll get down for a hit. Lead runners around second, the throw to third. Safe,
No,
and the go-ahead
he's in
runs
there.
at third. Just got a piece of that, but he'll take it for sure. That one just kind of faded over the infield and down onto the outfield grass. Base hits like that are a gift from above for the hitter. This next at-bat looms very large. Stepping in, Ronnie Mauricio. The 0-1. Late that time, and it's strike two. In this spot, he
0-2.
knows he has to execute, looking for either a strikeout or a double play. Pitch misses,
1-1.
and the count 1-2. Good job to let the low one go there. In the air to left center.
Ball.
Makes a nice grab on a full sprint. And there's two down. Rafael Ortega getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Clips the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Outside corner, there's a strike. Looking at 2 straight pitches
ball,
and
2
now
strikes.
down 0-2, you're just hoping to make contact. Already in a big hole, and the pitcher clearly has the advantage. Next
Nope.
pitch inside.
That's inside.
0-1. Just
Ball.
misses with that one. That was well spotted, but he couldn't get the call from the plate umpire. But he's handling it well, and he might get that call later. The Mets with the go-ahead run at third. Struck the batter out looking. And that ends the inning. That's a true competitor out there on the mound as we see the emotion there. Great job to get out of the jam. On to the next inning, and now the DH, Luke Ritter. Foul ball there. Hoping to put the tying run aboard. Grounder to the left side. Whips it to first,
out.
and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Digging in, Kevin Parada. It's so hard for batters to do anything with arm side run like that. You're lucky just to put the barrel on it. That one fouled off. Ground ball, right side. Steps on first for the out. And now the first baseman, Luis De Los Santos. 1 for 2. Didn't do a good enough job of timing up the pitcher's
0-1's the count.
fastball, judging by that swing.
That's a ball. That's in. Ball 2.
In the air to center.
You go.
And that will retire the side. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Johan Ramirez, trying to protect this lead. Mambo got through 7 innings on the mound without any earned runs allowed. I liked a lot of what we saw from him in this one. He put them in a position to win, even if they didn't do enough to support him. Marco Mambo on the hill in this one, and the crowd is excited. Bottom of the first, digging in for the Storm Chasers, Nick Prado. Late swing, foul to the left. Kicks and delivers. Got it. One away. Next up, John Rave. That one fouled off. The 0-1 offering. Bottom of the zone, called strike. Fights that one away. The count remains 0-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Home first moving quickly tonight, 2 away. Coming up to the dish for Omaha, Nick Lofton. Swinging a drive deep left field, pretty far back there.
Heads up.
Snags it on the warning track. Bottom of the inning, now MJ Melendez.
The designated hitter, MJ Melendez.
That's a hittable pitch, but not what he was looking for. Early in the count, it's okay to take that. Ground ball left side. Fires over to first. Play is made, 1 gone. Stepping to the plate for Omaha, Tyler Gentry. Gentry. Measures 6'1", 210 pounds, and he's been hitting well lately, batting over 300 in his last 10 games. Next pitch, in for a strike. And there's a ball. Great job to lay off that one on 0-2. Those big looping curves are very tempting. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Already 2 gone in the home half of the second inning. Next up for the Storm Chasers, Gavin Cross. He swings and fouls one off. Next one's fouled back. Two outs and nobody aboard. Liner, base hit. Gets on base and keeps it going. And now, Jordan Groshans. Hitless yesterday as they only pushed across 1 run. Can't field it cleanly.
Ball too high.
1-1 pitch fouled away. Home team down by 1. Bottom half of the second inning. On the ground, right side, Johnson. Play made, that ends the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We've played 2 innings. The Indians lead it 1-0. All set for the bottom of the third. Here's the catcher, Brian O'Keefe. Foul ball there. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Runner aboard on the leadoff single. Everything came together on that swing. Good job to stay back on that one and not roll over on it. Let it get deep in the zone, then drop the bat head on it and ripped it the other way for a knock. Cam Devaney, the next to hit, takes high for ball one. In for a strike. And the count is 1-1. A little out front there, swings through it. O'Keefe on at first with nobody out. Next pitch off the plate, 2-2. Impeccable discipline to lay off of that one. Wow. That one misses, and it's 3-2. Even though he's not the fastest runner, I think he needs to be going here to try and avoid the double play. This one in the air to right. Bay moving under it.
2-2-2.
There's one down. Nick Pratto, the next to hit. 3-pitch strikeout in the last AB. Will definitely want to do better this time. Down the line, base hit. And they hold the runner at second. It's been a tough run at the plate for him lately. He needed that base hit. Well, he was a touch behind on that swing, but strong wrists and a good job of getting on plane meant he could make good contact and shoot it down the left field line. 1-0 pitch. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Puts this one in the air down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. On the ground to second, might be two. Acrobatic throw for one. Not in time at first, it's a fielder's choice. Digging in for the Storm Chasers, Nick Lofton. Hitless last night, and they only scored 1 run. Fly ball to left, down the line. And that's that. 2 left on. 3 innings in the books in this one. The Indians out in front, 1-0. Welcome back. The Storm Chasers at the dish in the bottom of the 4th. Omaha's been the home of AAA baseball in the Kansas City Royals system since the Royals became a team in 1969. That's a long partnership. The 0-1. Fouled off left side. The word Omaha in the Umaha Ponca language can be translated as upstream people or against the current. Now here's the 0-2. Pitch in the dirt.
1-2. Ball 2.
Great job to lay off
2
those
balls,
pitches
2
down
strikes.
and work the count even at 2-2. That's good discipline. Now a fly ball to right center. Gorski drifts towards it. 1 down. Coming up to the dish for Omaha, Tyler Gentry. Struck out swinging the first time.
Ball.
The first manager in Omaha Royals
1-0.
history was future World Series winning manager Jack McKeon, who skippered the Marlins to a title in 2003.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And the count 1-2.
1-1-1.
Ground ball up the middle, through for a base hit. So 1 on now with 1 away. And now Gavin Cross. Fastball in for a strike. High fly ball down the line and left.
Cut.
Can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And here's the 0-2. Swing, high fly down the right field line.
I got it.
And there are 2 down. Just missed that one a bit. A half-inch closer to the sweet spot, and it might have gotten down for a hit. Stepping to the plate for Omaha, Jordan Groshans. 0 for 1, grounded out the first time around. Close, but called a ball. So 2 balls, no strikes. Gentry, the runner at first, with 2 out. High fly ball to right field.
Me. I got it.
And that'll wrap this inning up. 1 left. Mid-South Electronic Credit Union is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. With only 1 ATM available, you can be sure your PIN is secure. Join MSECU today. Bottom of the 5th here in Omaha. That one finds the zone. That misses off the outside edge. What a take with 2 strikes. And the 1-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And the leadoff batter retired in their half of the 5th. Next up for the Storm Chasers, Cam Devaney. First pitch doesn't find the zone. This one ripped but snagged at third base. Back to the top of the order here. And here's the first baseman, Nick Pratto. 1 for 2. Right back to him on the mound. And plenty of time to first. 3 up and 3 down, inning over. Continues to roll on the mound. Home half of the 6th. Now it's the right fielder, John Rave. Little chopper rolls foul. Slides, got it. And very nicely done for the out. And now the shortstop, Nick Lofton. And there's a strike. Close, but ruled a ball. The Indians up by 4. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And the count 1-2. Cut on and miss. That's a strikeout. Coming up to the dish for Omaha, MJ Melendez.
Ball.
The skipper needs to settle his players down out there. They're playing tight, and it's hurting them. That one fouled off. Line drive for a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Not sure he was ready to hit. Took the first 2 pitches for strikes. Time for him to battle now. And that one is foul. We'll try again. Got him. Out number 3. So another good inning on the mound. 6 shutout innings so far. Indianapolis ahead in this game, 4-0. Hope you had a good stretch at home, set for the last half of the 7th. Digging in for the Storm Chasers, Gavin Cross. And that one fouled off. Struck out looking. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ball game. Jordan Groshans now at the plate. Groshans swinging it much better this season at away games than here at home. 1 out and the base is empty. This pitch popped up.
Mine, take it, mine.
And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, catcher,
Brian O'Keefe getting ready to hit.
Ball 1.
Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone. One pitch fouled away. 2 outs, base is empty. Next pitch misses inside, and the count is 2-2. Fights that one off, will reset and do it again. The 2-2. And that's a strikeout looking. Nice job out there as he gets him 1-2-3. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Tim Meza. He's a fierce competitor when he takes the hill. Not a big strikeout pitcher, though. Mambo fanned 8 batters over 7 shutout innings. Not the most dominant effort on the mound, but he strung together some good innings, which helped them get the win. That's good enough for sure. Marco Mambo, a rising star, continues his professional journey today. This crowd is eager. And here we go. Stepping to the plate for Louisville, Noelvi Marte. And we are underway. Fouled off left side. And here's the 0-2. Got the batter swinging. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Next up for the bats, Quincy McAfee.
Hey! Ball, that's inside.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ground ball, right side, Johnson. And 2 away now.
At third, the right fielder, number
Digging in for the bats, Will Benson. Homered last night. Added another hit as well. Now a fly ball to right center. Gorski moving to the left. Brings it in for the 3rd out. End of a half inning of play. This broadcast is brought to you by Dr. Guy N. Emer. If he can't diagnose you in 30 minutes, you get an extra lollipop. Top half of the 2nd from Indianapolis.
0-1.
And the 0-1 now. Bouncing ball here rolls foul. Swings through it for the K. And quickly 1 away in the 2nd inning. Now at the dish, Davis Wenzel. 3 hits in the loss last night. Right through there for a strike.
No, inside.
Swings through that one for a strike 2. Looks like he might be willing to chase up the ladder even higher after that swing. The pitcher saw that, and we'll see how he adapts. Blooper to right. And it stays fair. Good 2-strike approach, just focusing on putting the ball in play. That one inside, off the plate, such a tough location to handle as a hitter. Somehow, he still barreled it up. Fantastic work. Runner at first with 1 gone. Coming up to the dish for Louisville, Tyler Callahan. Callahan goes 5'11", 205 pounds, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2019. And the count 1-2. Swung on and missed, struck him out. And there's 2 away. So up next, Francisco Urbaez.
Ball.
Late swing, fouled it off. One ball, 1 strike. Ripped, but it curls foul. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here in the top of the 2nd. Pitch misses,
outside.
And the count is 2-2. What a take with 2 strikes. And a foul ball, so he stays alive. 2-2 now.
3-2.
The runner will be going here on 3-2, but the hitter has to stay focused on the pitch and not. And he got him. Strike 3. That retires the side. So no runs here on a base hit. No errors. 1 left on base. On to the next inning, and here's the catcher, Matt Nelson. Hits on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. So digging in, Jacob Hurtubise. Bringing some pop at the plate recently. 3 home runs over the last 5 games.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Strike 2. Hitter looks a little too passive against him right now, and he took advantage with 2 straight fastballs for strikes. Now the pitcher's in the driver's seat. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. First 2 batters gone in the top of the third. Noelvi Marte, the next to hit. Went down on strikes the first time through. Swings through that one for strike 1. He's started this frame with 7 straight strikes. We're in immaculate inning territory. In the air to the right.
I go.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the end of the... Welcome back to Indianapolis. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the center fielder, Quincy McAfee. With his teammates driving in a pair, he wants to make this an efficient inning so they can get back up to the plate and tack on some more runs. Pops this one up. Chang.
I got it.
And there's one away.
The right fielder, number 30, Will.
Next up for the bats, Will Benson.
Hey.
The bats down by a pair. Top half of the 4th. Fastball in for a strike. He didn't like either of the first 2 he saw, and now he has to battle down 0-2. And it's a pop-up.
Mine.
2 away. Stepping to the plate for Louisville, Edwin Rios. First at bat was a strikeout. Out on the mound, he's been throwing lots of strikes, so the hitter might decide to be aggressive over the middle. Sure, he's got good stuff, but you can't hit it if you don't swing, and he's not missing the zone. Makes the catch, inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We're ready for the 5th inning. Digging in for the bats, Davis Wenzel.
Hey.
The 0-1 pitch, and now a check down to first. Went around according to Clyde Washington. Grounder back to the pitcher. Into the outfield, base hit. Runner aboard on the leadoff single. Coming up to the dish for Louisville, Tyler Callahan. Struck out swinging the first time. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Oh and 1, here's the pitch. Lifted in the air, right field. And there's one away. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Francisco Urbaez, caught looking the first time up. Urbaez goes 5'9", 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Runner at first, one away. Inside corner, that's called a strike. And the count 1-2. Good eye there.
That's out.
Skies it to right field. Palacios settles underneath it. And there are 2 outs. Matt Nelson digs in now. Struck out swinging the first time.
Ball 1.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. Delay settles under this one. And that will retire the side. Continues to roll on. Top of the 6th inning. Now the left fielder, Jacob Hurtubise. On the ground, right side, Johnson. Play is made, 1 gone. Back to the top of the order here. Noelvi Marte getting ready to hit.
Ball, that's low.
1 out and the base is empty.
One ball, 1 strike.
Next pitch, in for a strike. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. Fly ball out to left field. York. 2 down. And now the center fielder, Quincy McAfee. Really frustrating day for the manager. This offense isn't showing a whole lot right now. Lifted in the air to right center. This one carrying. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So another good inning on the mound. 6 shutout innings so far. All set for the start of this inning. And now the right fielder, Will Benson. Late swing, foul to the left. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Some excellent pitching in this one. He's commanding everything very well. That one was in a location that wasn't going to come back to bite him. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
2 strikes.
Right side, Cook. Takes it to the bag at first. Leadoff batter set down to open the 7th. Edwin Rios now at the plate.
Aye.
Fly ball to left, down the line. That's back. Snags it for the 2nd out. Next up for the bats, Davis Wenzel. And that drops in for a strike. Next pitch, in for a strike. Struck the batter out without a swing. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ballgame. Still in total command on the... Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th, Johan Ramirez. A hard time limiting hits so far this year. Mambo made it through 7 without any earned runs allowed, and fan 7. You can bet the rest of the team will give him some props for how he went out there and battled for him. That's a great way to help your team come out on top. Marco Mambo, fresh off a standout pitching performance. Welcome back. Towing the slab in today's game, Marco Mambo. Base runners tough to come by with this arm on the mound. What a great job he's done this season limiting right-handed batters, keeping their average against him down below 200. You face so many righty hitters over the course of a season, and that means how you perform against them is extra important. Amazing that he's kept them under the Mendoza line. Bottom of the first, coming up to the dish for Nashville, Manuel Margot.
That's up.
Foul ball there. Late with the swing there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Now it's the second baseman, Reynel Delgado. Making a lot of contact recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one. 1 out and the base is empty. Tapped softly on the ground. Nice grab. Gathers and throws. He beats it out, and the tapper turns into an infield single. Hitting isn't always pretty, but you'll take an infield single the same as you'll take a laser into the gap. He showed good hustle there to earn the base hit. Jake Bowers stands in now and watches strike 1. That backdoor breaker was awfully close. I think he may go to it again later in the AB. Hit on the ground to the right side, but that rolls foul. Runner at first, 1 away. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Throw safe. And next, the cleanup hitter, Jefferson Caro. Fly ball out to right. That's pretty far back. Inning over. An inning in the books tonight, and we're scoreless here on the show. Bottom half of inning number 2. Stepping to the plate now for Nashville, Luis Lara. On the inside corner for a strike. The 0-1 offering.
No, that's a ball.
This is a growth opportunity for a young pitcher. He thought it should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but he didn't get the call. And now he has to adjust to the ump's zone. Show your maturity here. You may get that call later on. Nobody. On with 1 out. Next up for the Sounds, Casey Martin.
Ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
and that one fouled off. Second inning, no score thus far.
No.
Fly ball to right. Hauls it in for the out.
Batting seven, the first baseman.
Digging in next for the Sounds, Tyler Black. Here's a fly to center. Makes a nice running catch. 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the last of the third, now the third baseman, Mike Bovee.
Strike.
Next pitch, in for a strike.
0-2.
That
Ball
one
one.
misses inside. What a
1-2.
take with 2 strikes. Lifted in the air to right center. Johnson on the move to the alley. Hauls it in, and there's one away. The batter now, Vladimir Restituyo. That one fouled off. The pitch. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Up the middle. Handles. Now the throw to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. So 2 down now, and here at the plate, Manuel Margot. Went down on strikes the first time through. Foul ball there. 2 outs, bases empty. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. That one just misses. That was really close around the knees, but he's handling it well on the mound. Just has to adjust his sights. Spoils the 2-strike offering, another coming up. And 1-2. Fights it off, we'll see another. 2 down and nobody aboard. Here in the back end of the third inning. Right side. There in plenty of time, ends the inning. No runs, no hits. Today's action is brought to you by Ralph's Weasel Emporium. If you've got mustelids, Ralph's is a must. Back here in Nashville, bottom of the 4th inning. Close, but ruled a ball.
1-0.
That's a hittable pitch, but not what he was looking for. Early in the count, it's okay to take that. Bash down the right side, but foul. That's a little bit low. Swing lifted to left field.
I got it, I go.
And there's 1 down. Now the left fielder, Jake Bowers, struck out swinging the first time. Love how he's attacking the zone, throwing a ton of strikes. These hitters need to be ready to swing at the first good strike they see. Just missed. 1 out and the base is empty. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Johnson. 2 away now. And here's the catcher, Jefferson Caro. He swings and fouls one off. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Punches that one away with 2 strikes. Now here's the 0-2. Lands foul, we'll reset and do it again. What an at-bat he's putting together. He's doing a great job of frustrating the pitcher, and that makes a mistake pitch more likely. The next offering misses. Ball 1. And a foul ball, so he stays alive. 1-2 offering. Fly ball, left field.
I got it.
Makes the grab. And that's that. So they go quietly here. On to the top. Bottom half of the 5th, and the Sound's batting. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Challenge fastball to start the AB, and the batter clearly not ready for it. The pitcher shouldn't give him anything off speed in this spot. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And there's a ball. Impeccable discipline to lay off of that one. Wow. Swing and a miss. Got the strikeout. And the leadoff batter retired in their half of the 5th. Casey Martin digs in now.
That's a strike. No ball. 1 strike.
Nice eye right there. Fly to left.
I got it.
And quickly 2 away. Just a shade too early with the swing, and the mechanics might have broken down a bit. He needs to try to put that up the middle. This one swung on, hit very well. Way back there. Grabs it right up against the wall. Continues to roll on the mound. 5 shutout innings in the books. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Coming up to the dish for Nashville, Mike Bovee. And the strike zone swells in size. Swings through it.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Oh-2 rocks and fires. It's ball 1. A little inside conscious now, and maybe the pitcher will target the outer half of the plate. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Upstairs.
2-2.
Got the batter looking for the K. Leadoff batter retired in the 6th. And now the center fielder, Vladimir Restituyo, grounded out to short the first time up. And a bunt towards third. And that's a foul ball. He's thrown a lot of first pitch strikes, so the hitters need to be ready to swing early. It may not drive up the pitch count too much, but you know you'll have a good shot to do damage. The Indians up by a run here in the bottom of the 6th. That one not close. Swing, high fly down the right field line. On the move, has a play, and he makes the catch. Back to the top of the order here. And here at the plate, Manuel Margot. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
That one ripped, but foul. Looked like he misread that one out of the pitcher's hand. He pulled the trigger pretty late. I'm sure he wants another crack at it. Pops this one up, foul on the left side. Got it. So another good inning on the mound. 6 shutout innings so far. The Indians out in front, 1-0. Hope you had a good stretch at home, set for the last half of the 7th. And now it's going to be Raynel Delgado.
Delgado.
Swing, soft line drive. Tosses to first. Leadoff batter set down to open the 7th. Here's the left fielder, Jake Bowers. Fastball for a strike. A lot of hittable pitches being taken right now. He's not exactly an ace, so you'd expect the hitters to be a bit more aggressive on mistake pitches. Late on that fastball. 1-run ball game, but he's staying aggressive out there on the mound, coming right after these hitters. The Indians holding on to a 1-run lead. Here in the bottom of the 7th, just past the stretch. Oh, what a great play. And the throw, nicely done for the out. On that play, you saw why scouts speak so highly about his instincts at third base. He was dialed in, made a terrific effort to lay out and snag the ball, and then fired a throw over to get the out. Anthony Siegler in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. This one is labeled.
I got it.
And that's the 3rd out. Still in total. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Barucki, limiting home runs well so far this season. Mambo got through 7 innings on the mound without any earned runs allowed. Not the most dominant effort on the mound, but he strung together some good innings, which helped them get the win. That's good enough for sure. Marco Mambo having a lot of success on the mound this season, and people are taking notice. It's the Indianapolis Indians. And now the DH, Manuel Margot. Margot batting leadoff today. He's usually in right field, but today he's getting the DH spot.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
And that's
Nope,
off the
that's
inside
in.
edge. This patient approach he's showing is part of why he's been so hot lately. He's forcing pitchers to come to areas where he can do damage. That one's spoiled, and it's now 2-1. Here it comes. That one fouled off, 2-2 now. Swings and misses, struck him out. And congratulations to him on his 50th AAA strikeout. Always nice to get a milestone like that under your belt. So digging in, Reynel Delgado.
Hey! Oh,
One out and the base is empty. Foul ball there. Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. This pitch popped up.
I got it. You got it.
2 down.
Batting third, the left fielder, Jake.
Stepping to the plate now for Nashville, Jake Bowers. Had an RBI yesterday, one of the 2 runs they scored in the game. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Two outs and nobody aboard. On the corner for a strike. And a foul ball, so he stays alive. Now here's the 0-2. Swing and a drive. Back there.
Ball.
Gets over his head.
Relay.
Starts the afternoon off right with a double. That was a great 2-strike approach in that AB. That ball was humming as it left the bat. Pretty clear early on in that play that he was looking at extra bases. At the plate, Luis
No,
Lara.
that missed. That's a
Nice
ball.
job to get into scoring position with 2 out, and now he could come in on a base hit. I'm sure the cleanup hitter is thinking about how he can do just that.
1-1.
In the air to left center.
Got it.
And that's the end of the inning. Through an inning, no score here on the show. On to the bottom of the second. Coming up to the dish for Nashville, Freddie Zamora.
Hey! Ha!
Next pitch misses. And that's ball 1. Well struck out to left. It's back. And an automatic double as it hops the fence. Casey Martin now at the plate. Runner at second with nobody out. Defense will need to make some plays to avoid allowing that run.
0-1.
Nothing here in the bottom of the second. Lifted in the air to right center. Gorski.
You got it. Relay.
Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And makes it up to third with one away. Matthew Wood digs in now. There's a strike. And that one fouled off. One away with a runner at third. And a swing and a miss. That's the second out. Had to get the strikeout with the infielders playing back. That sets up a pretty big 2-out at bat. So up next, Mike Bovee. And immediately fires a strike to the left-handed batter.
Nope, ball. That missed, that's
This
ball.
one in the dirt. Well done by the catcher to keep it
2-1.
close. 2 outs with a runner at third. Swing and a miss. I know it was a hitter's count, but that pitch is
2-2.
tough to do damage on. Got the strikeout looking, and that ends the inning. So one hit is all they get. We've played 2 innings. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and now it's going to be Vladimir Restituyo. Seems like that was just a good bit of framing right there. Stole a strike. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Struck the batter out without a swing. They get the leadoff batter here in the third. Back to the top of the order here. Manuel Margot, the next to hit. Struck out swinging, leading off the bottom of the first. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. Home team down by 1. Here in the back end of the third inning. That's off the mark. 1-2 the count. Good eye there.
Ball, that's high.
What a take with 2 strikes. Lands foul, we'll reset and do it again. Two-two pitch. Swing and a drive, deep left field, pretty far back there, and that's a foul ball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fights it off, we'll see another. Two and two, and the pitch. Set down on strikes. 2 straight retired to begin the bottom of the third. That was straight up paint for the called third strike, and he's just got to tip his cap at the plate. That turned him into a pair of shoes. Delgado in the box now. No balls and a strike. Love how he's attacking the zone, throwing a ton of strikes. These hitters need to be ready to swing at the first good strike they see. 2 outs, base is empty. That one in the dirt. Good location to miss it.
1-2.
And
No,
that's
that's out.
outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. The 2-2.
1-1-1.
Ripped on the ground to second. In plenty of time to first. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. From yard waste to roadkill, there's no mess that Blank's disposal service can't help you with. Call today to help clean up the mess in your life. Back here in Nashville, bottom of the 4th inning. High fly ball to right field. Going back pretty deep. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Well, he certainly wasn't willing to wait around. Just barely missed hitting that first pitch fastball out of here. Now at the dish, Luis Lara. That one finds the zone. 0-1. One out and the base is empty. Hit hard, that gets through. So one on now with one away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Freddie Zamora. On the ground, right side, 4, 6, 3. It's a double play, and that does it for the inning. One hit in the bottom half of the fifth, and the Sounds batting.
Ball.
No shortage of great places to catch a concert here in Nashville. If you go down to a random restaurant on Broadway, you might see the next country superstar. Hard liner to first, snag for the out. Might need to do something to reset your karma. That liner had base hit written all over it. Just some bad luck. Here's a pop-up. Davis gets there under it. And quickly 2 away. The batter now, Mike Bovee. Struck out looking the first time up.
Oh, yeah. 0-1.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. What a job to stifle this offense. Almost 5 full innings of shutout pitching. Close, doesn't get the call. That's a break for the hitter. I think that was strike 3. Battling here, fouls it away. Two outs and nobody aboard. Swings and misses, and he goes down on strikes. 3 up and 3 down. We'll move on to the bottom of the 6th. And now, Vladimir Restituyo. And that drops in for a strike. He's thrown a lot of first pitch strikes, so the hitters need to be ready to swing early. It may not drive up the pitch count too much, but you know you'll have a good shot to do damage. That one just misses. Struck out looking. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ball game. That one fouled off. The Sounds down by a pair here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. He must have been sitting on something off speed. Just missed. Such a difficult pitch to lay off of. That one 95 miles an hour, but missed up top. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard ground ball, base hit. And that is going to bring the tying run to the plate. He was all over that one. Smoked that through the infield for a base hit. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. Stepping in, Reynel Delgado. Edge of the zone for a strike. Wouldn't be surprised to see the runner break from first, trying to stay out of the double play. On the ground, left side, 6. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard. I think his eyes got a little big there. He saw the chance for a double play and got a little out over his skis. Instead of 2 outs, they get none. Tough to swallow for sure. Bowers, the next to hit, takes ball 1. I was certain that was a strike. Not my call, though. On the ground, right side. Fires to second for 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Good situational awareness and hustle there, knowing that a double play ends the inning. With the batter reaching first, they're still alive in this frame. Lara in the box now, takes strike 1. This pitch misses,
ball.
and the count even 1-1. Getting deep
1-1.
into this one, and they haven't had an answer for what he's been doing on the mound.
Ball.
He's
That's down.
really executing well in this outing.
1-1-1.
Chopper right side. And that's foul. Line drive for a base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single and a 2-1 ball game now. Big time at bat right there. Comes through.
Now pitching for Indianapolis.
So they turn things over to the righty, Yohan Ramirez. He certainly knows how to generate strikeouts, averaging better than 1 whiff per inning this season. Mambo pitched into the 6th, no earned runs surrendered, and picked up 7 Ks.